All right. So I want to talk about a few things real quick pertaining to market makers and stop hunting. Hear a lot of new traders talk about that, and you hear a lot of it on the internet and some social circles. Something I haven't really experienced in my years in trading. Not sure if it's because of my trading style or my trading system, or because of the way I set things up, but it's never really been a problem for me. Even when the market goes against me, more than likely there's a realistic, naturalistic explanation for that happening when the market goes against you one way or the other, bullish or bearish. Sometimes even when let's say, because I'm, primarily a pattern trader, but I use all sorts of different tools and techniques. But pretty much, let's say a pattern doesn't win. Let's say a pattern is unsuccessful, or what you would say a failed pattern, and that's okay because it happens. They only have a certain percentage on the success rate, which happens to be pretty high. Like the guy you're looking at right here, bullish advanced cipher, usually converts positively, pretty high success rate. I need to go back into my books and look over a lot of my back testing, but one of my favorite patterns to trade, highly probable, and I know that it's above 50%. When in my times in trading, literally hundreds, if not thousands of these, I'm pretty sure that they've been converting at above a 50% clip. But back to the topic and trying to stick with the topic, and allegedly market makers looking at your stops and then taking price down to stop you out, only to turn around. I'm a little bit biased in my system, I will admit, but I found something while doing some research on this very topic and speaking to a lot of very, very powerful, successful and prominent figures on Wall Street. And what I'm finding is that they might not have time to be worried about your stop. It's the entry that they want, and you might, let's say you got a long position. It's the entry that they want, and you're just not there. For me, what I found, and I'm going to use a couple of these positions I'm working right now as an example. So for Resolve, very, very tough last few days going back to last week. And you can see basically, and of course it would have been a catalyst. It would have got hit and caught up in that CES news from Jensen Huang from CEO. Of course, that would have had an effect on it. But for investors that still would have had confidence, they knew where their entry was on this. So while the retail trader thinks that he's getting stop hunted, and they're not getting stop hunted. What's happening is, so they are market makers, but they're not. So they've created a market out of this. Their job, let's say they got a bundle of money. I mean, you're talking about investors with billions of dollars. And of course, the sentiment to buy low and sell high is always going to be there. So based on, fortunately, believe it or not, based on certain Fibonacci levels, that's where they're looking to enter. In this case, for this bullish cipher pattern, believe it or not, the smart money, the big money on Wall Street knows the entry for Resolve was still back around $2.33, somewhere in that range. And anything under $2.50, they were going to be good with. So at this point, it's oversold. They haven't completely come and taken it to turn it around yet. We don't know, but this is the way it looks to be oversold to me. There's no bullish volume at the time, but this is something I fully expect that they will get behind this in the next day or so, maybe today, maybe later. And then they'll go ahead and make this a winning trade because, like when I said, a lot of them are trading off Fibonacci levels. This entry right here, there's two levels that I found that they're looking for, and I happen to be using them, and one of them I'm going to use a little bit more. So looking at the low here of where this is basically the X position up to the C position, right? So that whole thing, measuring that whole thing, if you notice, it's a 786 retracement. Okay, I want to talk about one more thing though. This is the not good part of it. Two positions that I found that they like to enter at. One is the 786 and the other one is the 886. So this is the range. They usually have this range here in which they're willing to, in this case, on a long position, to buy out of. Okay, and you see the price action is dropping right into that range in between the 786 retracement of the entire move, X to C on this cipher in this case, and then there's the entry right down there. It fills the cipher. A little bit of drawdown ain't gonna hurt too much, but then we should see this take off out of there. So back to the narrative of the video. There are probably retail traders that's wondering what's happening to them. What's happening to them is the big money knows where they want to buy resolve at. And that's what you see taking place. Let's talk about another one that's having sort of like the similar same effects. This one I can do a little bit more on. So AST SpaceMobile, okay. A trader might have been thinking, right, that it's not really doing anything, right? So we're going to come way, way back. We're going to go way back to September, right? It's not doing anything. It's trash. It's consolidating, right? And at the same time, very, very powerful things are happening. And I want to talk about those, okay? So if you look in the back, okay, remember I said that on a particular move, right? On a particular move, right? They're looking for, they're looking for somewhere between a 786 and 886 retracement, right? So here's that retracement that they're looking for, right? That's the retracement that they're looking for. So if I measure from this low to this high for you to show you that in detail, from this low here to this high here, and I already had them both set. So here's 786 here, and here's 886. If you notice, here's 886. It's the 886 retracement of this low to this high. That's 88. Let's just call it 88% of the way down. And if you notice, so I'm going to try to combine the two thoughts together. A trader thinks that he's getting stop hunted on this move here. He thinks that the market makers are doing something to him. You see this wick here? That's what they want, to the point of it just reaching down exactly to what they want, $19.50. Okay. Now, two other things happened while that was taking place. Okay. So while the big blue bat pattern, which that's the one they really wanted, they wanted that big blue bat. See, they knew about that because they know how to look back and identify these. And I'm telling you, they were trading this bullish advanced bat pattern, the blue one. But while the blue one was being formed, a butterfly, the yellow one, formed and dropped into that zone as well. Okay, so they're happy either way. So now they have even more confidence because now they basically have a combination of advanced patterns. They don't have one, but they have two. They got a bullish bat and a bullish butterfly, both dropping into the same exact their entry where you see the wick come down. The wick comes down. So the red part is the blue dropping in, the big blue dropping into the 886, and then the yellow, he has its own extension. The butterfly is basically working off of, and they know this as well. These areas are actually confluent too. The yellow butterfly is operating off of a 127 extension from this A to B here, and those areas are confluent, meaning basically overlapping. Okay, so you see how that 86 and 127 it's basically created a zone here, confluent, basically almost right on top of each other. So if you notice, price action sucked up on the 4-hour chart. Wick down, that would have filled any trader's position. Maybe it would have had a limit order to get in right there. Just would have, just had a limit order set at 1950, would have picked them up, and then you get a green candle. So of course, yeah, you do got a red. It's got some work to do. You would like to see it a little bit more oversold on RSI, but for the most part, these traders, as long as everything is okay fundamentally with AST SpaceMobile, they're okay with this trade. And they're going to be looking for big time targets when you're getting like that 886, that real deep 886 entry. And they're going to be looking to test these areas here. So I'll just line that off real quick just to show it. They're going to be looking to test these. I'll use this instead. This area here is what they're going to be looking to target. Okay. And I'll just do this real quick. And maybe even more, because you can actually get more off of that. So they want to stay in here and target here, but basically looking at targets based off of A up here and the D leg, basically somewhere. It might be all the same though. 618. Yeah, so this it's actually perfect. This 618 retracement of A to D is up here, happens to be right in the zone of where they want to go. It's already, so everything is already done for them. So everything is already done. They're in the trade. They just got to wait it out. So what else can I say? Same thing with if you're a Forex trader and you've been looking at something like, and this is way out on the weekly chart, and you've been looking at this run here, right? You've been looking at this run here. And let's say traders, there would have been a lot of reasons to stay short here, but let's say traders kept trying to find reasons to go long and they didn't work. It's because the smart money, the big money, knew that on the weekly chart, they had been waiting for this like I was. The big money, the smart money, was waiting for this bullish Gartley pattern to fill on the weekly chart. So nothing was going to happen until this Gartley pattern filled and was oversold. And what do you know? Finally, here they come. Okay. All right. Here they come. All right. So it's not so much about a market maker doing things to take you out, to go and stop hunt. I know we hear a lot of that. A lot of the times when you get stopped out, they just happen to be coming down to get to their position because they know where the entry is. Like I said, if I were to just look at anything else, if I were to look at Bit Digital, right? Nice, decent, affordable stock. Bit Digital, traders, retail traders, I'm sure they were, because that's what they do, because a lot of them don't know what they're doing, have been trying to get long on this thing forever. And it was never going to happen. There wasn't going to be an opportunity to get long on this until $2.92, which is what you see the big money and smart money come in. And of course, it is the result of a Gartley pattern. And they knew that this was it. The smart money knew that you can't trade this until you get somewhere down here. That's their kill zone. And then basically after that, you did have the CS news, but they fully, trust me, they fully extended, come down here. You're basically getting a free retest of it. When the price action came down, they're getting a free retest of it. It comes back, comes down, retest. They were gonna buy it again. You see all the volume here. They're gonna buy it again. They're gonna try to take out this high here at $3.99. And they're gonna try to get back to where they were at $5.15, maybe even higher, because this thing is still obviously trending. This trend has not stopped. You got, what you could kind of consider a little bit of consolidation here, but this ain't over. This is, trust me, this is not over. CleanSpark, same thing. They knew to get in here, and it was the only place to enter. While retail traders would have been getting dragged trying to get long, and it wasn't going to happen until, it was not going to happen until 920, and the smart money knew that you couldn't trade this till 920. Okay, So then you had the news catalyst come and pull it back, basically just giving them another entry. And what do you think they're going to do? They're going to go try to take that out. They're going to try to take that out. They know where they're going. They want to try to get here and retest this guy. And then they want to come up here and try to test this guy. They know what they're doing. They know they needed this to do it though. While the retail traders kept trying to get long, they're waiting. So they're not stop hunting you. They know where they're going. They know that they wanted an 886 retracement of this X to A leg, a very, very deep retracement, and they would have been oversold right here, as you see on the RSI, perfectly. Okay, oversold, and then they would have come in. They came in, yes, they had the news catalyst, but they're still going to stay at this thing. All right. We can do this over and over and over. Same thing here with OKLO. They weren't going anywhere. They knew that their entry was there. We're going to ride it, and it's trending too. You know, this is like basically, this is standard stuff. That's standard stuff. That's what they're doing. But they know they know that they needed 1805 to get in. They know they came up here, pull back high, and then pull back mixed in with a little bit of the news catalyst, but into a 786 retracement of the low here to the high. So they know what they're doing. All right. It's just that you have to have a better handle on your entries and understanding. Maybe there's a way for you to kind of like look a little bit deeper, and then some things might start popping out to you so you can see these things, and stop suggesting that somebody's out to get you, like somebody's like the broker, not necessarily the brokers, but the central banks and things of that sort, and the people on Wall Street are looking at you when they're sitting up trading billions of dollars. Can you just imagine the sizes of the accounts that the people in Wall Street are handling? They know that there's a certain price that they need, and taking you out has nothing to do with that. That being said, it's Trey coming to you from the Harmonic Trading Club. Hope you found some value in this video. Like and subscribe to the channel. Please give it a thumbs up. Help the algorithm push this to other traders out there who might be interested in learning education, and especially if they're interested in something like advanced pattern recognition and the ability to identify harmonic patterns. Again, like and subscribe. Leave your comments and suggestions, and I will see you on the next video.